Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of Dean Cooks Online. I'm here in my very own kitchen, and we're going to do a favorite recipe. We've done it on television before, but it's really worth repeating because it is my mom's famous deviled egg recipe. And this time I can make the deviled egg recipe without everybody in the studio moaning and groaning because they don't like deviled eggs or hard-boiled eggs. They're delicious, and I'm telling you, every place that my mom went, they asked her to bring her deviled eggs because they were so delicious. And it's similar to most deviled egg recipes. There are a few little flourishes, and I've even added a little flourish or two at the end. Let's go through the whole thing. It starts off with the boiling of the eggs. Now this is tricky, how to perfectly boil a hard-boiled egg. This is the technique that I use. As you can see, I've got a pot of boiling water going. You want to get it to a rolling boil, and then just put your eggs inside. Put them in very carefully so they don't crack. And these guys are going to stay, once they get into the boiling water, they're going to stay for 6 minutes. You can do a full dozen if you want to. You can do however many you want. 6 minutes, start the clock. Can you hear it? Timer, 6 minutes. Let me turn the timer off or it'll drive me nuts. That means we turn the water off, we turn the boil off, and now we just let it sit in the water for 6 more minutes. Start the clock. Okay, the timer is going off again. That means the 6 minutes of just sitting in the hot water has taken place. So what happens next is we've got this big old batch of ice water, and the eggs are just going to go right into the ice water. And this is going to be another, well, till the eggs are cool. And that normally takes 15-20 minutes. Well, all right, the timer has gone off again. I set it at 20 minutes. We turned it off because it's super annoying. Turn it off timer. And that means that the eggs that we put in should be pretty, yeah, they're cold. They're really, really cold. And now it's time to unpeel them. Normally I would do this underwater, but since the sink is back there and the cameras are up here, we're going to try to do this right here. I think it should work fine because the heat from the boiling and the sitting and now the super ice cold kind of shocks it all, and it should work out pretty well. What you do is take the fat part of the egg and give it a little smash. And normally this would be underwater, but just very, very carefully start to peel. Now it's time to get these guys ready to go. And what you're going to do is just slice each one right down the center lengthwise. Yolk goes in a bowl. Save the whites, because that's when we get done with the mixture here. That's where we're going to prepare everything. By the way, I'm cutting these on, this is my mom's cutting board that she used forever. If it looks like it's from World War II, it's beaten to death, but it makes me feel close to her when I cook. So I like to use her cutting board, even though it's not that pretty. It means a lot to me. Those old egg yolks out here. Have you seen these little things here? This is a carrying container. I'm going to show you how to carry all these, but this is what I'm putting the egg whites in right now. These are all cleaned out now. The yolks are separate. The whites, here the whites are separate. We're going to get to those in a minute. Get this out of the way. I'm actually done with the knife too. So here we go now. Now we've got these yolks of these whites, and we've got these yolks. And now what goes into it all? This was my mom's magic that she did. She just simply took a fork to the yolks, and notice they're not green. No, they came out pretty good. The color came out pretty good. Smash them up pretty good, and there's going to be a lot of smashing going on here. So she put celery in it. It calls for 1/4 cup of celery. I'm going to give it a heaping. 1/4 cup of chopped onions. Next is a tablespoon of good old green relish. This is, like the kind that you put on your hot dog. Now, I put it in here because I squeezed it. I tried to squeeze as much of the juice out as possible. And a tablespoon of this is going to go in. We are putting in a 1/4 cup of good old mayonnaise. Also, next is 1 teaspoon of this horseradish cream, a tablespoon of good old Dijon mustard, and a little salt and pepper is going to go in. I love these battery-powered salt and pepper shakers. And then just get back in there again, mix all this up. This is the mixture. That's literally how simple this whole thing is. I'm gonna get my spatula in here because I want to wipe down the sides and really just mix this up a little bit. When I've done this in the past on TV, I did it all fancy with a piping bag, and I, put the piping bag. Here's the problem with the piping bag. It's because I've got relish and celery and onions, chunks. Often they don't go through the piping bag very well. So I'm going to forego the fanciness this time. And I'm going to do my best to make this as neat and clean as possible. Love being in my own kitchen where I can just reach around and grab something. I can't even tell you what a big difference that makes. All right, so let me move these guys over. And I'm just going to take like a little teaspoon and return them to the egg whites. Those look nice, right? Okay, everybody, take a look. I think they look pretty good right now, just without the fancy piping, just spooning the mixture into the egg whites. But my mom always did something a little special. She would sit and take the Spanish onions, the onions with the pimentos. She wouldn't spill them all over the table like I just did, but she would take these and slice them so you get the pretty green of the onion and the tartness of it. You get the red of the pimento. I wanted to make kind of like a spicy version of this. So I took some good old-fashioned giardiniera, and I thought, what if we put a little spicy giardiniera on top? Also colorful, also pretty. So let's see. Oh my God. That is awesome. I may stop using the olives after this. These are my mom's famous deviled eggs recipes. These are my mom's famous deviled eggs with the olives. And I'm sure those are also amazing. I'm going to take one of those. Happy Easter, Mom. Miss you so much. I miss all the food that you cook. I miss you telling me it's not funny when I would say that Greek Easter is a week after regular Easter, Catholic Easter, so we can get the Easter candy cheap. That's not a funny joke. She would say that every year. Anyway, this is my mom's famous deviled egg recipe. It'll be a huge smash at your party. And if you want to just up the game a little bit, here's Uncle Dean's little twist on it with the giardiniera as the topping. But same mixture, same recipe, which I've got posted here on my YouTube page. It's down below. You can print it out, give it a try. And please subscribe to my YouTube page. That's where we're putting everything now. All my reviews, all my interviews. Talking with Bob Odenkirk later on this week. We've got some special A-list interviews coming up for you. We've got movie reviews, play reviews, and Dean Cooks is definitely back right here in my own kitchen. Thank you for watching. Dean Richards, Chicago, to subscribe to my YouTube page. Oh, you know what? I forgot to show you these cool deviled egg carriers that I have. You know, the egg whites, once you slice them, you put them in these little special trays, and then they go in a little carrying case. It's like a bento box, if you know Japanese food. I've got the giardiniera version right here. I've got my mom's version right here. They sit on top of each other. They don't crush. They snap closed. And you can take these to any occasion. All right, see you later. Happy Easter. Happy Passover.